Yo, what's up, guys? The date is 7/11/2026. Did you know that on 7/11 every year you can get a free slushie from 7-Eleven? Because I didn't. Big burp. I didn't know that. But then I found it out on TikTok. Oh, yeah. Free slushies. Let's go. Free slushies. But anyway, yeah, I thought that was interesting bit of knowledge. I'm recording this video for a reason. It's not, I didn't just turn on the camera. I start talking about 7-Eleven. Nah. 7-Eleven is not even the topic of the conversation. The topic of the video. That's what I meant. I'm recording this video because I do this. Sometimes I go back and I look at old videos on my computer, on my gallery. Videos that you'll never see. I'm just pointing it right out. Videos that I recorded years ago. I mean, I still record videos that you'll never see. Just because they're not YouTube worthy, or maybe I just don't want them out in the internet, but I want them for myself. I do a lot of cool things. It's like time capsule videos where you talk to yourself in the future, like ask questions, talk to them, tell them stuff. I've done that 2 times now. Yeah, and I was watching the most recent one, which was actually me reacting to the older one, and that was half the video, but then the other half was me talking to my future self, which I guess could be whenever. In this case, it was me like 15 minutes ago watching that video. And I made that video in August of 2024. So yeah, a little less than a year ago. Or what? Oh my, a little less than 2 years ago. And yeah, it was kind of sad. It was really sad. I wasn't doing that good around that time. I wasn't doing the worst, but I was doing pretty bad. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think about how good things are now. Like freshman year's over, going into sophomore year. 15, gonna get my car soon, gonna get a job. Things are going well. You know what I mean? But I think about back then, especially like late 2024, second half of 2024. No. And even early 2025 was still buns. So, yeah, I don't know. It wasn't the greatest. But, I mean, and for reasons that I'm not going to get into. You know what I mean? That is personal stuff. Y'all don't need to know that. And if you do know, then you know. Swear. But yeah, wasn't the best time for me. Sum it up like that. So I was watching the time capsule, and I was kind of talking to myself, and I said a few things that made me think. And I'm not gonna say what they were, but they just made me think about myself and how I've changed, and how I've grown. And I think growth is something that every human experiences. Whether it's positive growth or negative growth, we grow. That's what we do as humans, we grow. And I think what we do, or what side of the scale we go on, positive or negative growth, is really determined by what surrounds us and how we take in what surrounds us. Nature and man. Nature and man. Nature and self. So, I would say I've grown a lot because of my girlfriend. I could also say I've grown a lot because of my family and my friends and my teachers. But I've also grown because I've been able to take the positives that they've given me and listened to it and grown with it. You could be surrounded by great people and still be a complete asshole. I mean, that's just it. You could be a complete asshole, but that's because you forgot to do the second step, is grow with yourself. Take in all that good and think about it in your mind. Sorry, I just took a water break. Anyway, what was I talking about? Personal growth? Yeah, I feel like we can all do some growing. You know what I mean? So I think if we just look around us and truly see what's around us, the beauty that's around us, on the media and on the news, though it's really happening and it should not be ignored, there's a lot of bad shit going on. A lot of bad stuff. And best thing you can do is look around you and try to find the beauty in things, in people. August 2024, I was looking at the bad in things and in people. I hated people. I wished harm on people. Never did harm on people. But I wished it, and I thought about it. Not about doing it, but I thought about harm coming upon them. And I regret that. That's not a good thing to do, ever. It's a really bad thing. No one should ever think that way. The best way to think, if you're truly upset with someone, well, first talk it off with them. But if you don't want to do that, then just try to forgive them. And if they don't deserve forgiveness, which I truly believe some people don't deserve forgiveness. I mean, I'm the kind of guy that believes that there are people out there who don't deserve forgiveness. I've never known, met anyone that I think that about, but there's a lot of people in this world that I would think that about. Nonetheless, if you truly don't want to forgive them, then just, as hard as it may be, just try to move them out of your mind. Try to clear your head. Focus on good things. Maybe start a hobby. Luckily enough, only a few months after August 2024 is when I started talking to my now girlfriend. And we started bonding, and she really helped me out. She really did help me out a lot. And this goes back to what I was saying earlier. I listened to the good advice she gave me. And just her way of looking at life, I took that in, and it made me see things differently. Made me see things in a better view, better light. And I wouldn't say I'm an optimist. I have optimistic views, but I would say I'm a realist with optimistic hopes. I know there won't ever be a perfect world, and frankly, I don't want a perfect world. I don't want everyone I see day to day to be perfect people. Because I think what makes the world so beautiful is that not everyone is perfect. You're not perfect. I'm not perfect. No one's perfect. That celebrity that you love so much, they're not perfect. That YouTuber that you watch every single day, they're not perfect. That movie star that you see on your screens 24/7, they're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. Nobody. And I think if we all collectively agree on that, things could get a whole lot easier. Because you and me and everyone would stop trying to focus on how to be like others and try to focus on how to be who they want to be And that's not Joe over here. Okay? That's not a celebrity. I don't want to be like them. I want to be Max. I want to be the best version of myself. And that's not some fabricated idea. That's something that could really happen. The best version of myself. And that's not a perfect human. I don't want to be a perfect human. Okay? That's not someone filled with peace and love. And that's it. No. The best version of myself is going to have doubt. Okay? It's going to have sin. It's going to have all these things. But the perfect version of myself isn't going to let those things get ahead of him. Is going to let those things take over him. You know, I'm not religious. I'm, I forget what the word is. Hold on, let me look it up real quick. Agnostic. I'm agnostic. Agnostic isn't atheist. Agnostic isn't religious. Agnostic is kind of the in-between. Or it's just a whole separate conversation. Agnostic, which I am, is the fact that I truly don't care what happens after. I don't care. I don't care if there's a God or if there isn't a God. I don't care. Because the answer to that question, yes or no, does not and will never affect me for the rest of my life. It will never affect me for the rest of my life. Being religious is not a bad thing. Being atheist, in my opinion, isn't a bad thing. None of it is. It's just people who are trying to find an answer to this thing we call life. That's what a religion is. It's a belief. It's an idea. There's no right or wrong religion because, frankly, there's no proof of any of it. The only proof of anything is what we see. This world. Us. Space. The ground beneath our feet. That's the only proof we have of anything, really. Is what we can experience. And what we can live in. I'm never going to find out what happens after I die until I die. And then, I'm not going to care. Okay, because I've lived my life. So, the whole reason for this kind of side rant is because I mentioned sin. And I said that the perfect version of myself will have sin. Because I will. Sin is something that all of us carry with us. And I don't like using the word sin because it kind of frowns on all the stuff. But I'm just going to say it to summarize. You get it. You get it. I sin every day. And I'm going to continue to sin for all of my life. But you ask almost anyone, and they'll tell you that I'm an okay person. I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed by any means, but I'm an okay person. So, and I have friends who I love and I care for deeply, who have sinned and who sin every day. But me, not being a religious man, I don't care. I know people who are religious that speak down on sin, who sin. I know atheists who think that all that religious crap doesn't matter. That's their opinion, and that's their opinion. Both sides are entitled to their own opinion. We're all entitled to our own opinion. I just think sin, some sin, shouldn't be frowned upon. Because that's who we are. We're humans, we're people. We're the voices in our head. We're the thoughts. We're the things we do. We're the people we talk to. We're the reason for our conscience. And who's to say what's bad and what's good when there's no rule book? There's no rule book. But then again, I don't care about if this guy sins, or if this girl sins, or if this guy has never sinned in his life, or if this girl got baptized when she was 1 year old. I don't care. I don't care. I could care less. I also don't care about this guy who says God's not real. And I don't care about this girl who says that the Bible's not true. Like, I don't care. I don't care. Because whether they're lying, whether they're telling the truth, whether this religion is real, whether this religion is real, it does not affect me. And it will not affect me. For the rest of my life, it will not affect me. And I hope that you guys watching can understand what I'm saying. I'm not trashing anything. And I'm not saying that anything is better than the other. Just look up the definition of agnostic. And then you might understand it better. Because I'm not the best at explaining things. I know that. But yeah. I just think growing is a very important thing for everyone. And I hope you guys take this video as an opportunity, or maybe even just a sign, to build yourself. Help yourself grow. I'm still young in life. I got a lot of years ahead of me, I hope. I really hope. Just grow. And be a better person. Don't be like me. Don't be like who you want to be like. Be yourself. And make yourself a person that other people would want to be like. So that they can find in themselves that they don't want to be like anyone. They want to be like themselves. I don't know if that exactly makes sense. Might not. But if even one of you guys takes this video as a lesson, then I will have done something. And if you guys have watched all the way through, then you've spent almost 20 minutes doing something that you could have been doing anything else. You could have been scrolling on your phone, reading the media, or maybe you could have been napping. You know what I mean? But instead, you chose to sit here for this video. And for that, I truly appreciate you. I truly, truly appreciate you. Each and every one of you. Because I don't believe that we're born good or bad people. We're not. We're born a blank canvas that things and people slowly and slowly over time affect and build and change us. I'm not me. I am millions and billions of things that have happened to me to lead me to 7/11/2026. But at the end of the day, when the sun goes down and I breathe my last breath, I'm Max. I've always been Max. I am Max, and I always will be Max. And you? When you take your last breath, will have been you your whole life. So take the time while you're alive to think, who do I want to be? Why am I here? Or do I care why I'm here? Who do I want to be here with? And who do I want to be here without? Very important questions. I appreciate you guys for spending some time with me today. Hope you guys appreciate it. Peace out, guys. Good night.